Family readiness is tied directly to combat readiness, and no one helps us maintain family readiness better than our Ombudsman. Hi, I'm Mike Mullen.
And I'm Deborah Mullen. The wonderful volunteers who serve as Navy Ombudsmen form the vital link between commands and families. They help ease the strain of deployments so our sailors can focus on the important work they must do for the nation.
That's right, Deborah. And Ombudsmen are also there to keep the chain of command informed about a wide variety of issues facing our people, from pay and compensation to child care and housing.
They even play a major role in crisis response, helping command families prepare and respond to disasters such as hurricanes, earthquakes, and all manner of emergencies. If it's likely to happen in your area, or even unlikely, chances are an Ombudsman knows how to handle it.
It's a big job, an important job, and our Navy's goal is to make sure that every sailor and every family member, at sea and ashore, all over the world, have access to the talent and expertise our Ombudsmen have to offer.
We encourage you all to support and use the Ombudsman program. And if you or someone you know are interested in volunteering, contact your command today. And for those of you already serving as or training to be Navy Ombudsman, thank you for everything you do on behalf of Navy families.
My main job is to be a resource for the families, to give them a phone number to call, who they need to get in touch with. A lot of them don't have access to phone numbers, which we are provided with an abundance of phone numbers. We can tell them who to refer. We're more of a referral system.
The Ombudsman works hand in hand with the command team, myself, the command master chief, and the executive officer. And we all have a working rapport with the Ombudsman.
My job as the Ombudsman is to communicate, leave an open line of communication between the families attached to the command and the command itself, relay any problems or questions that the command families might have.
The Navy needs a strong Ombudsman program because there needs to be like a direct link to the family from the CO, the Command Master Chief, or the Senior Enlisted Advisors that keeps the Navy families informed.
We're not there to solve their problems. We're there to send them to people who can help them solve their problems.
Well, the Ombudsman links all the help together. I mean, you're taking the needs that hopefully you know about or people will call you with and connecting it with the resources that maybe they don't know about. And so that's your job, you know, not necessarily to be the help, but to connect them to the help.
The Ombudsman contributes to Navy readiness primarily through making sure that the family is well taken care of.
I do this because it's an important job and it really needs to be done. Our families, I think, just always need somebody to listen and to talk to and to support them.
Our duty is mission readiness, and mission readiness evolves around family readiness. The very most important thing for every sailor is to have his head in the game. And if that sailor or Marine is worried about his family, his or her family at home, they're not going to be thinking about the job at hand and mission readiness.
And you feel like you can relate to someone that's in a similar situation as you, and they're a liaison with you in the command.
Our Ombudsmen here at Subbase really help our new arrivals with their work that they do at our INDOC class. When new sailors report aboard, they go to INDOC, they spend time with various members of the command, including the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman puts out the information that they have on where they live, their phone number, how they can get a hold of them, and they are also included immediately on the command roster, which is updated weekly for the command Ombudsman, and it just makes the communication flow that much better.
The Ombudsman program has helped me personally by always being there. They provide a welcome wagon for all of us when we first get to a command.
My Ombudsmen are the liaison between the families and the upper chain of command, the chain of command on board the ship when we're underway or doing detachments and things like that.
There's a lot of people that will contact us that need help, and we can't counsel, but we can actually talk, and sometimes they just need to talk, and that makes them feel better.
Shore installation needs an Ombudsman primarily, I believe, for two reasons. One is in support of Task Force Navy family. Natural disasters, unfortunately, are going to happen from time to time. And we learned with Katrina, I believe more than ever, how valuable the Ombudsman is in support of the family and helping get the word out. The second part is individual augmentees. The shore stations, you know, originally you thought you didn't go anywhere, but more and more now, that support for the individual augmentees are coming directly from our shore installations. And that's just like those guys being, and gals, being deployed. And the people home need to have that link to the command to make sure that the family is being taken care of.
The Ombudsman program helped me when I first got here. We got here unexpectedly, and I didn't know anything about the area. So I found out who the Ombudsman was, and I contacted them, and they gave me a lot of really good information on the local area.
The Ombudsman helped me in my duties in several manners. They are the resource knowledge database on everything from daycare to jobs to transition assistance, whether people are moving in and out of the area.
Our Ombudsman communicates with the Family Readiness Group by providing us information on Compass links, anything that we might need as a Family Readiness Group to be prepared for future events. Past events have included hurricane evacuations, new babies, new wives to the boat, new spouses to the boat.
I think it is a little bit shocking to some people that a man has come into this role, but we are starting to see more men in this role as a dependent, as a dependent husband, because women are becoming more and more active into the Navy.
We also try to educate the family members as much as we can so that they can find the information they need without necessarily having to call us.
Well, many of the ombudsmen come with a fabulous skill set. When we speak to prospective commanding officers about selection of ombudsmen, we ask them to look at certain qualities, and certainly that's the ability to listen, to have empathy, and to problem solve.
What makes a good ombudsman is someone who can plan, someone who is willing to listen, be a good listener, someone who's willing to learn because we don't know it all, and someone who has a true desire to help someone else.
A good ombudsman needs to be eager. They need to be willing to go the extra mile. They need to be willing to learn new things. They need to be willing to know that there are going to be unusual situations that come their way.
A good ombudsman is a very good communicator, is very even-tempered, and is not quick to judge sailors or Marines or their families based on communications he or she has heard.
A good ombudsman is made by someone who is personable, someone who has time. It does take time to be an ombudsman, but also someone who is willing to sacrifice a lot.
Ombudsmen receive training at the Fleet and Family Support Centers in basic communication, confidentiality. They base the training on the instruction, the military instruction that exists, and they're given a lot of training in how to make referrals.
The Ombudsman training helps me learn how to deal with things that might arise. It can't teach you everything, because there's just, it's life. Everybody's life is different. But they do give you a lot of scenarios, and a lot of that helps you. Even if you haven't had it before, you can relate it to something that you've learned and said, well, maybe I should do this.
Many times I thought, as a spouse of almost 12 years now, that I knew a lot. Coming through ombudsman training, that put that to rest. I learned so much more.
The most valuable thing I've taken away is just folders full of information and all the different resources. You need to know the different phone numbers and all the programs when you're the ombudsman to be able to link them together. The training has been very valuable to me.
We have monthly meetings, ombudsman assembly meetings, and that's how we keep up to date on what's going on and new things that are going on with the base wide. They have guest speakers come in, and we also have extended training at some of the meetings.
Confidentiality is a major part of what I do. If a spouse or family member knows that they can call me with a problem that is too big for them to handle, that they need professional assistance, that they need referred to somebody, they need to know that they can call and tell me what is going on within their life and know that I will hold that in the strictest confidence.
I do think confidentiality is huge. If you don't have a command that trusts you, and it kind of goes both ways, your command has to know that you're going to be confidential with what the family members tell you, but you also have to make sure that in your command structure it's not going to filter down to where it's also going to hurt your family.
Confidentiality is crucial in our job. It really is. As an ombudsman, you can't function without it. Once confidentiality has been breached, the family member has no trust for you, nor should they, and it's you know, it's just like a disease. The minute somebody knows that confidentiality has been breached, all of the other spouses will know as well, and an ombudsman's not able to function anymore as an effective ombudsman.
Not a lot of people are aware that we have things that we must report, and it's not to deter them from calling us, but it's to let them know it's better to help them than to just let that problem go.
I enjoy the opportunity to help a family member, and at the end of the day, you know, getting that thanks, it's pretty cool.
I first got involved in the Ombudsman program because I love helping people, and I do remember being lost and how overwhelming it is to get to an area and not know anybody or any resources that are available, and I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen to other people.
I'm actually looking at getting my master's degree in social work that has come from my work as an ombudsman.
A ship at sea could not survive without an effective ombudsman running the information to the families.
My main job is as a referral resource.
We feel very strongly about family support. We cannot possibly do our job without family support.
A lot of times people feel it's the active duty member that's in the Navy and that's it. And they forget about the effects that it has on the families.
And the Ombudsman is that link to our families. Our sailors' ability to do their job completely depends on going to work knowing that their families are safe and that their families are taken care of.
You've got to make your command family feel like they can come to you anytime, that no question's too big or too small, that we're there for our families and for the command no matter what the need.
It's not a nice to have, it's a need to have. It not only makes the Navy more effective at what we do, it improves the life of our sailors.